Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm bringing you part one of my April TBR. And the reason there's two parts is because in April I am taking part in 4 readathons. Yes, you heard correctly. 4 readathons. So this first part is going to have the first 3 readathons. So they are Magical Readathon, because obviously it is the spring equinox. We're obviously starting the school year. It's a month-long readathon. I have 6 prompts for the career I would like to go into. And obviously Magical Readathon is hosted by G over at Book Roast. The second one is Realmathon, which is hosted by Casti over at Covers with Casti. And I am going to be in Team Bale, which is the fantasy romance team. Which is also a month-long one. And then I'm taking part in Magical Hopathon, which is hosted by Rachelle. This is only a 2-week-long readathon that starts on the 11th of April until the 24th of April. And then the part 2 of this TBR is going to be posted a bit closer to the 16th of April, because that is when Eurovisionathon starts, and that is a month-long readathon hosted by Helen over at Helen's Bookhaven, and that runs through all the way to the, let me check, 14th of May, which is the day of Eurovision. So Eurovisionathon is going to get its own separate TBR a bit nearer to when that one starts. There is going to be some overlap here with books, because otherwise that is ridiculous and I would not be able to do it. So you're going to see a few of these books a few times, but I'm going to start with Magical Readathon, because this is the one I think I'm most excited about, because obviously it's a continuation. So I have chosen my career. I have chosen my career for my character. I am going to study to become a demonologist. Are we surprised that that's the one I went for? No. But so this one was a little bit difficult. So I had to improvise with some of these. So for this, I need to read 6 different prompts, and each of those prompts is 1 book. August is going to get a bit more complicated, but we'll get to that when I get to it. If you want to watch the announcement for this, then I'll leave, obviously, G's video in the description box below. So for Demonologist, the first one I need to do is Elemental Studies, which is to read a book under 100 pages. Now for this, I will be reading Mythopedia. This is technically 127 pages. However, there are many pages like this where there's no writing. So I'm taking that as there are not 127 pages and it's under 100 pages. So I'm sort of twisting this one a little bit, just a little bit. Next up is Shapeshifting, and that is to read a book with creature with claws on the cover. Now for this, I'm going to be reading a cat story by Ursula Murray Husted, which is a really cute graphic novel about 2 cats. This one has cats. Cats have claws. I don't need to explain that one any more than that. Next up, we have Spells and Incantations. Read a short story or essay. For this, I'm going to be reading Memento by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is a short novella, which is a prequel, I believe, to the Illuminae files, which I absolutely adored. I have this on my Kindle and I'm very excited to read it finally. Next up, we have Conjuring. Read a book with a source of light on the cover. For this, I will be reading Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. As you can see, there are fire embers, and fire is a source of light. So it works. I'm stretching it, and I'm taking no questions on it. Next up is Demonology, the word shadow in the title. I didn't even have to think about this. I'll be reading The Shadow in the Ember by JLA. I am so excited to read this. You're going to see more JLA on this, like Jennifer O. Armentrout on this this TBR. So yeah, but Shadow, there we go. And the final one for Magical Readathon is Lore, mythology inspired. So for this, I'm going to read Circe by Madeline Miller. This cover is gorgeous. This is obviously Greek mythology. It is Circe, like it's mythology inspired. So I'm very excited to finally read this. Okay, so that was the magical readathon side of this. Now we're going to do Realmathon. So for Realmathon, there isn't specific like prompts, like you pick a book and then there are 2 pages of prompts, increasing or decreasing. Cassidy will, if you watch Cassidy's video, which I'll leave linked below, you'll see the full thing. But like you pick a book and then you choose whether you want to fit it to increase in prompts or decrease in prompts. So either you want them to earn points for your team or decrease points on one of the other teams. So most of the ones I've picked are increasing, just because of like I can fit more prompts to them from the increasing side, so it makes more sense. But there are 2 on here that will be decreasing. So I'm just going to go through the books I have initially picked. I'm not going to go through what prompts they fit, because I'll probably do that in my vlogs as I go, but it will just take far too long if I do that. So I'm just going to go through the books and whether it's an increasing or decreasing. So obviously Teen Bale, fantasy romance, you don't have to read any particular genre of book. So I do kind of have a mix, but there are quite a few on here that are like fantasy, and there are a couple that are fantasy romance. So I think you get extra points if it's fitting your teams. I've got to check, but anyway, I've just picked books, to be honest. So first up we have Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. This is obviously the April book for Recreate Book Club, so I had to get it on here, and this is going to be increasing because I managed to get more prompts for the increasing. Next up is going to be Blood Promise by Rachelle Mead, obviously taking part in Liv's VA along, so this is book 4 and I'm excited. Haven't read book 3 yet, but we don't need to talk about that. So yeah, this is also going to be increasing because that is how it works out. I'm not going into detail about these books mostly, by the way, because this video is going to be long enough as it is, and you don't need that. Goodreads exist and Google exists. Just most of these are sequels anyway, so you know. Next up is City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. This is obviously the 4th book in the Mortal Instruments series and the April book 4 by the Angel Along, hosted by yours truly. Very excited to dive into this. I've already set up my tabbing colours ready, so I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Oh, I should say also this is an increasing one. Next up we have Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I'm going to be buddy reading this with Lisa from Lisa Does Life, and I'm very excited. She actually bought me this copy so that we could buddy read it, and I'm so excited for this. So this is also going to be an increasing one. Next up we have Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I'm finally doing it. I'm diving into it. I do have the audiobook for this, which I think is going to help a lot. So I'm really excited to finally dive into this, but I'm scared. This one's an intimidating one for me, but I'm looking forward to it and I really hope I enjoy it. This is going to be an increasing one as well. Next up we have Malice by John Quinn. I am going to give this another go. I soft DNF'd this back in February, but I am ready to try again. I'm so excited to give this a go. I really hope I love it this time, and this does mean that in April I am giving my Lisa Made Me Do It vlog another go, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm not really going to go into the other books that I'm picking or I'm going to be reading for that, but this I soft DNF, so you already know about this, so yeah, I'm excited for this. Oh, also this is another increasing one. Next up we have Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. As I said, you were going to see more of this author on this TBR. I'm really going for it with the chunky ones, aren't I, this month? Let's hope April's a good month. March has been going pretty good, so we're going to bust it out in April. We've got this. We have got this. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. That's a lie. I'm scared to read this one because this is the one everyone seems to hate. So I'm scared, but I need to read this one so that I can read this one and then War of Two Queens. And War of Two Queens I need to read ASAP. So I am excited to read this, but only because it means I can continue. This is also going to get me extra points because this is fantasy romance, so woo! And this is going to be an increasing one. And then obviously I thought I might as well because I'm reading it anyway. So A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout will also be on my Realmathon TBR. This is going to be an increasing one, and also fantasy romance. So it's going to get me some extra points if I'm right about that whole system. Next, we have Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. I have been wanting to read this for literally the longest time, so I'm finally going to. This is going to be another decreasing one, but this is also going to get me the fantasy romance points as well for my team. I'm very excited to read this, so I don't know what I've done to the pages. It's really, really annoying. But yeah, so there's that one. Then we have False Fate by Robin Hobb. Obviously, this is the final book in the Tawny Man trilogy, and I'm so excited. Me excited. I still can't get over the fact that I'm enjoying these. This is the third book in the trilogy, and I can't wait to read this. This will be a decreasing one as well. And then I haven't actually planned what prompts this one's going to be for. I just realised that I needed to add it, and I thought, do you know what? I can probably fit it in some prompts for it. And that is Dora the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. This is for Rose Patreon Discord read along thing. I can't remember if this is the one for her daters only, or if this is just her general Patreons, because there's 2 read-alongs for Rose Discord, or Rose Patreon, sorry. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I wanted to get to it this month, but let's be real, it's not going to happen because I haven't actually finished my March TBR yet, like the official March TBR. So but this is being rolled over to April because this is actually the March-April pick, so it's fine to read it in April. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I will easily be able to fit this for a few prompts, but I just don't know yet whether it will work out better as an increasing or a decreasing. So I'm just saying it, putting it out there that this is going on there as well. So yeah, right, that's Realmathon done. Now let's move on to Magical Hopathon read along. Okay, so for Magical Hopathon, there are obviously 2 parks, and each park has essentially 4 prompts for you to fill. So you have your park entrance ticket for Disney and Studios, and then for each of those parks you also have an attraction, a show and a character. So altogether 8 prompts. I'm being extra and want to do one for both. 1 each for both. So for the Disney park entrance, it is a book that's calling to you. So for this, I'm going to be reading Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I'm very excited for this. I have it on Kindle Unlimited, and it's been calling to me for months, and I just haven't got to it. So I'm finally going to I'm diving in and I'm doing it. Then for the attraction, it is Mickey's Fuller Magic, and that is a book with illustrations. I am going to be reading Mythopedia for this. It has the most stunning illustrations in this you have ever seen, and I'm very excited for this. Next, for the show, it is Disney Illuminations, a book with a beautiful cover. For this, I'll be reading Circe by Madeline Miller. That cover is the most stunning, and I'm so excited. Then for characters, it is Mickey Mouse Selfie Spot, read a book loved by all. Malice by John Quinn. Everyone I know who's read this loves this, so I hear good things about it, so this works. And then for the Studios park entrance, it is read a book that will take you on an adventure. Now, I haven't decided yet which exact book I am going to be picking, but there are a few books that I'm going to be using for Eurovisionathon, which are all by the same author. They're all by Julie Kaplan, and I'm going to be picking one of these because each one follows a different place, but it will be one of those that I pick for this because there is the adventure of going on holiday abroad, so it will be one of those books. I'm just not sure which one yet. Then for attractions, it is Animation Academy, read a graphic novel or manga. I will be using A Cat Story by Ursula Murray Husted. Like I said, I'm fitting in these prompts, doubling up between the readathons as much as I can because I need to. Then for shows, we have Stitch Live, a mischievous main character. I'm going to be using False Fate by Robin Hobb for this one because the Fool is mischievous and he is essentially a main character in this book. So yeah. And then the final one for Magical Hopathon is characters, and it's Heroic Selfie Spot, which is the Marvel one, and it is a book with a kick-ass main character. And for this, I'm going to be choosing Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. I have heard many good things about the main character of this, so I think she's going to be a kick-ass main character. So this one. Okay, that is those 3 readathons. this is going to be an interesting month. Obviously, because Magical Hopathon only is 2 weeks of April, Eurovisionathon is only 2 weeks of April, and the other two are all over the month. I have worked it so that the ones that I am linking from the month-long readathons into the 2-week readathons, I have to read later in the month. It's going to be stressful. I am literally going to be relying on this beautiful planner, and I am going to be writing in these weekly layouts when I can start certain books. I'm going to plan it out perfectly in the hopes that I don't crash and burn like I did in February. Am I taking on too much in April? Probably. Is it stopping me? No. I also am not going to forget this month. I need to pick from my 2 mugs. My mugs. So we're going to go for Kindle first. Okay. My Kindle book is going to be, drum roll please, White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Am I reading just Jennifer L. Armentrout this month? Apparently so. I'm actually okay with this. This is a really good one. I'm very happy with that. And then this is my NetGalley one. Shake it up. Please be good to me. Or at least be fantasy or fantasy romance. Hey! Oh, this is actually awesome. This is the Reckless Afterlife of Harriet Stoker by Lauren James, which I have just been gifted for my birthday, a physical copy of this. So this could do me a favour. I'm really happy with this. And that is a spooky book. And one of the, I think it's decreasing prompts. One of the prompts for Realmathon is to read a spooky book. So I'm happy with that. I am actually really happy with that. So that's actually okay. I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. So that's my TBR for April. Obviously, keep your eyes peeled. I can tell you when my Eurovisionathon TBR is going up. That will be going up on the 14th of April. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I am not going to be attempting the full 39 books this year. I cannot find books to fit every single country currently. If I can, great. But let's be real, I'm not going to read 39 books. So we'll see when I get round to filming that. But it's not going to be today. Not today, Satan. Not today. But I hope you enjoyed this TBR video. Please wish me luck, because I'm going to need it badly. I have got a lot of chunky fantasies. This is going to be bad. Look at how many chunky ones I've got on there. That's not including False Fate. That's also not including Spanish Love Deception, which granted is not... I'm dropping these. Spanish Love Deception isn't a fantasy, but it's still fairly chunky for a contemporary. We also have Poppy War that needs to be added onto this. And Blood Promise. Help. As I said, please wish me all the luck, because I'm going to need it. But do you know what? I'm going to have fun with this. I am going to be prioritising my magical readathon books, because obviously they are to build up my character and their journey in the school. So I will be prioritising those. But I'm going to have fun with this. I am really happy with all the books I've picked. They're books that I really, really want to read. So that is giving me hope that I'm going to be okay. But we'll see. But let me know in the comments below what readathons you're taking part in April, if you are taking part in any. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.